A couple of years ago, my mom sat me and my brother down and kind of had this conversation when all the shootings had started and the racism had kind of elevated. She sat me and my brother down telling us that things are going to be a little different.
In your opinion, why would it be important for everyone your age to have access to these classes?
Well, people need to know what this stuff is going on. Like in this class, it's CRC, so we've been learning about different cultures, and to be in that class helps you realize what people have gone through in the past and could still be going through in the future and right now. It's kind of like insurance to make sure that you'll be okay, because you know these things. You've learned them in this class that should help you in the future or now or whenever you need it.
Nationally, there's this dilemma, there's this educational crisis that exists in which students of color, specifically in our district, Mexican American and African American youth, are not performing at equitable levels. These students have not seen themselves in the curriculum that they've been exposed to.
You know somehow you got here. You know somehow there's a reason that people dislike people of your race, and you don't have any understanding because there's nothing in the textbook about you. Obviously you did something wrong.
We find to learn our identities and who we are because we do this kind of stuff.
If we know these things, it helps to be able to work with other people.
It helps me understand all the struggles that we've been through, like not just my culture, but everybody else's, and how we used each other as stepping stones to get to who we are now.
These kids are finding out that they were part of history and they did great things in history, and they're starting to see that maybe I was thinking a little less of myself because I wasn't part of history, and now I am.
My name is Abilene Clark, and I wrote a book called The Help.
Abilene Clark was the main character. I wanted to be her because she has the experience of going through all that in the 1960s with all the marches with Martin Luther King and all the deaths of African Americans, but she really had just a point of understanding that I could agree with. She reminded me a lot of me.
This educational approach, that's one of the reasons why it's so successful. The students begin to see themselves reflected. They begin to see their voices valued, their stories, their history valued, their perspectives. They're viewed as dynamic individuals.
We should give them reasons to love all adults, so we're heading towards greaterness, not back towards the little slope of mud and yuck. Muckville. I like that.
The Encuentro is a gathering. It's student-centered. Students organize the event. It's a family affair. Students present their findings, their learnings, what they want to teach their parents.
I did my project on my culture.
We had to bring in old artifacts that our family had.
My mom, she saw me present and everything. She told me, I'm really proud of you and I'm glad you're doing this, and we started getting a little bit more closer than how we used to be.
That's a critical piece where we're building that bridge from middle school to high school to college. Finding that their own academic identity is developing at that same time.
It is critically important that these students receive this educational approach at the middle school level, because unfortunately that's where we lose many of our students.
This year I'm teaching juniors, and they had previous ethnic studies curriculum at Wakefield, and so they already came in with a pretty good critical consciousness. I've had students that have missed a couple days and they come and they talk to me and they said, Miss, when I was out, all I thought about was coming to your class. And these are juniors. These are kids that didn't think that college was something for them until they see that they're able to do bigger things.
We promote the idea that through education, through learning the processes of how society works, that you can create this change that you would like to see in the world.
At the beginning of the year, I just kind of saw myself as this girl who sat in the background, this girl who spoke out every now and then just to give my opinion, to this girl who can actually take action. I'm doing a petition right now just to get an 8th grade dance, and while it's not life-changing, it's not for people of different colors, people of different races, it is taking action. These CRC classes have helped me learn that I can take action. I don't have to listen to other people trying to put me down. I can do this.
It gives me hope. It gives me hope that all of our kids are going to be good people that 8th grader already knows, she's going to be able to affect a lot of people just in high school. And then imagine once she gets out of high school.
I want this class. I do not want to leave this. I want to still be able to go out there and see all the people who have different opinions, because 9th grade is going to be different than this year. There are going to be new people with new opinions. I want to be able to hear it all, and I want to be able to change the world someday.